And here we go, underway on kickoff.
Okay.
We are underway here. The returner in the back. He finds an open hole to the left side of the field, and he's going to be out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Bonita will get first possession of the game here today. Eastlake had won the toss, and he elected to defer to the second half, so Bonita will start off this game today. Now, Justin, you met with the Eastlake players this week. What are their key players for the game today?
Well, we have a couple guys we're going to keep our eyes on today. Number 9 on offense, Emilio Lozano, team's leading rusher. He has half the carries as the leading rusher, but is leading the team in yards. So I really want to keep an eye on him. Coach raved about his vision out there on the outside sweeps, so really want to see how they're going to utilize that.
And also, you spoke with the Bonita football team. Who are your key players for this game today?
Okay, so we definitely have Ron Van. He's a defensive back, also wide receiver. Last week versus Otay Ranch.
Draws back to pass. He finds an open man down the hole, and it's going to be incomplete for the second down. Second down and 10. Ball at the 30.
So, yeah, last week Ron Van had a 3-touchdown game and then 200-plus yards. So he's definitely going to use that momentum and bring it over to this game.
Absolutely, and we see him on the first play. They target Van, and talking to the quarterback earlier this week, he really said he trusts Ron to get him the ball. So you're going to see him trust this man a lot in one-on-one situations and trust him to win the matchup.
And here we go, second down and 10, ball at the 30-yard line. We got a pistol formation here. Trips right on the right side of the field here. Quarterback waits for the snap, and he's dropping back to pass again. Pump fakes it, finds an open man for the screen. Number 22, Whaley, tries to find an open gap, and he goes down for the tackle, and he's going to be short of the first down here. It's going to be third down and 1.
They try to use a little bit of misdirection here. I saw a lot of that in practice. You're going to see a lot of this today. They really want to try to get guys out of position and take advantages of those weak spots these guys leave open.
And we noticed that last week watching the game film with Bonita and Hilltop.
Absolutely. And Whaley had a really good game this week. Looks like he's going to be able to carry it over. We're going to see.
And here we go, third down and short. Quarterback waits for the snap here. 2 wide receivers on the left side, and we got moving out on the field here as we wait for the call. It's going to be a false start in the offense, then bring them back 5 yards.
Yeah. And we see Eastlake out here showing a lot of pressure up front, so we're going to see if they're going to bring it or drop back in coverage. We want to see how Bonita reacts to that. Let's see how they're able to pick it up throughout the night.
Here we go. Quarterback gets his play call in the huddle formation now as we wait for the ball to be moved up. Soleil, how do you think Ron Van is going to be doing tonight?
Well, he's definitely going to be a player to be utilized. And, this isn't just any ordinary game. This is the rival game for the boot. So expect both teams to come out.
Draws back to pass again. He finds an open man. 13, Ron Van, as we just spoke. And that's going to move the chains enough for the first down. First down, Bonita. Now, Justin, what did you see on that play there?
Well, the quarterback made a really nice read. He saw man-to-man on the outside. No one can really get under that. So if you see that as a quarterback, you take that every time until they cover it.
What is the key for Eastlake's defense today? What do they need to do in order to win this game?
I think the number one thing they're going to have to do is focus on Ron Van. Because last week he had over 200 yards and got in the end zone 3 times. So if you let him run wild, he's liable to get hot.
Hands it off to 22 Whaley, and he's going to be stopped short. It's still going to be second down and 10. No gain on the play. And we saw Whaley here against Hilltop last week, and he had an amazing game, but Bonita still lost. Otay Ranch, excuse me.
Yeah, but the week before they did play Hilltop, and they came short. Both games, actually, they came short. Otay, they lost by just a touchdown, I believe. Yeah.
They lost a touchdown by 3 points
by
to
3
Otay,
points.
7 points to Hilltop.
Yeah, exactly. So, they're capable of winning. It's those little mistakes. And I talked to them earlier.
Motion right. Hands it off to Ron Van. It's going to go nowhere. It's a fumble. Eastlake has the ball, and it's going to be first down. Oh, he lost it again. And I believe Bonita has regained possession.
And in a game like this, where it's a rivalry, you really want to come out and establish that control first drive. That's a really bad mistake for Bonita.
And now that since Bonita has the ball again, it's going to be first down due to the loss of possession by Eastlake.
Yeah, so just to add to what I was saying, especially coming off the last 2 weeks where they had really close games, and you haven't been able to beat this Eastlake team in the last few years, you really want to come out and send that message and start off on the right foot. It's a lot of the shooting themselves in the foot. We're seeing that so far. Let's see if they can correct it as the game goes on.
And you got to have better control of that ball there. He had it, and he let it slip away.
Absolutely. That's bad ball handling by the quarterback, but he's going to have to get that fixed.
Penalty flag on the field here as we await what the decision is.
Yeah, Justin, just like you said, it is a lot of them just shooting themselves in the foot. I talked to some of the coaches and players before the game, and they said, it's the penalties, missed tackles, it's just mental errors that they need to fix in order to beat Eastlake tonight.
Absolutely. They're going to have to get that fixed because those are some of the signs of a bad team. You continuously make those bad mental mistakes. You're going to shoot yourselves in the foot, and you're going to play yourselves out of a lot of games.
And there was a timeout on the field here. 9:25 left in the first quarter. Score still 0-0. Bonita regained possession after the fumble by Eastlake.
And just like you said, they haven't beat them since I believe 2016.
2016. Yes.
26. So I talked to Clearly from Bonita, and he said, this is his third year playing against them. He's lost all 3 years, so this is his final chance since he is a senior. So this game does mean a lot to them, not just because it's a rival game.
Oh, and it's going to be Eastlake's ball. Ball at their own 30-yard line. Ball on Bonita 30-yard line. Hands it off to number 36, and he's going to gets a couple of yards on the play. It's going to be second down, and I believe 7.
And yeah, so to continue on your point, Soleil, especially when you're playing we have the boot.
Oh, we have the boot here.
We have the boot.
Look at that. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
just turn it around here. Look at this beautiful boot right here.
So this is what they're playing for here tonight.
This is what they're playing for tonight, the boot. So can you tell me a little about this? What?
Oh, he has a man, and it's going to be incomplete.
I was turning it around. Okay, there you go. Now it's right. That is.
Third down and 5.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's going to be third down and 5 here for Eastlake. Ball on the 23.
Bonita really wants to get the stop here. Hold them to 3. Coming in as an underdog, you want to set that tone, like I said. So they get a stop here. That's going to go a long way for the confidence.
Hands it up the middle. He finds an open hole. He's at the 10, to the 5, and he's going to run it in. Is he in for the end zone? It's a touchdown for Eastlake. What a play right there. Found an open gap right up the middle.
It looks like number 8, Mateo La.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
What a play here. What a fake with the motion to the left.
And this goes back to a lot of what Coach Paco said when we met with him yesterday. He really wants to get guys out of position. He's going to use a lot of misdirection, especially against kids in high school. He said their eye disciplines don't tend to be as good as they should be, so he's hoping to get them out of position. It looked like he did. There was a gaping hole Mateo was able to run through.
We await for the PAT. What a play by number 8, though. That was a beautiful play.
Really, yep.
And he's going to kick it up, and it's going to be good. Score here, 7-0. Titans up. 8:40 left in the first quarter.
Bonita's going to need to answer back here.
Yeah, Paco Silva, their new head coach, when asked about him, he said Jackson Bailey from Eastlake said that Paco has really stepped up and proven that he is a good coach. So there is a great team dynamic going on right now.
Absolutely. And when you're a football guy, when I was able to meet with him, you can't help but fall in love with this guy. He's a guy you want to play for, gives you all the confidence in the world. And gives you all the confidence in the world, makes you believe that you can do it, and lets you know it's all about you. And that's really a lot of what he echoed yesterday.
Look what we have here.
Never seen it before. My first time seeing this.
So this is the boot. I actually talked to their coach yesterday, and they said the story behind the boot is that when Eastlake opened up, Bonita was already here, of course, so they wanted to give Eastlake the boot out of here. So that's where this bad boy came about, and now they play for it.
Yeah, they've been able to give them the boot the last 3 years and hold on to this thing. So let's see if they can hold on to it another year.
There we go. Kickoff. Here we go. Kicks it off to Bonita. Short kick. Takes a little bounce, and he has to get it. Muffles it a little bit. Tries to find an open hole. And he does, just away from a tackle, and he's going to be down at the 20-yard line as Bonita gets the ball back. And like you said, Justin, they got to stop the mental mistakes.
Absolutely. I mean, that's going to kill you every single time. You're going to be behind the 8 ball trying to battle uphill. And when you're playing a team like Eastlake, who is ranked a little higher than you and in a higher division, you really want to come out and you can't play bad. If you're going to play a team like this, you have to play them at the top of your ability. If you don't, you're going to lose every time.
And as you said, Soleil, you said 13, Ron Vant is going to be the key player for Bonita to win this game tonight.
Yeah. They're definitely going to be utilizing him. And also, just like you were saying, Justin, Eastlake is a highly ranked team. They're actually number 1 in their league right now. they've been playing really tough teams preseason. I think that's helped them.
Absolutely. Some of the guys yesterday, they talked a lot about that, and they said that adversity helps build a team, and that's really what we've seen. They've become more and more of a team as the years gone by. They're playing the tough teams who's going to put you through those times.
Cathedral, Lincoln, all those.
Cathedral, Lincoln.
Two wide receiver set. He draws back the pass, and he's going to fake it. It's a draw right up the middle. He finds an open lane, goes to the left side, and he's going to be down at the close to the 25-yard line, possibly for a gain of 5.
Now this Wildcat type of look is something we're going to want to keep our eye on. We saw them practicing a lot of this yesterday, and as well as a few other trick up your sleeves type of plays, so I don't want to enlighten you guys on yet until we see it. I don't want to give away their play.
And we see substitutions here for Bonita.
It's something funny. When we asked them, like, how do you feel about this game? Everyone at least said once, we want that boot.
Yeah,
exactly.
Everyone did. Every person from Bonita we talked to, all they can say is we want the boot, and we're focused. And let's see if that focus carries
Quarterback
over.
under center, hands it off to number 22, and he's going to be stopped for a no gain on the play. But Eastlake's defense read that well.
Yeah, absolutely. This front seven looks like they're absolutely getting after it tonight. You see them in the backfield, or at least multiple guys around the ball carrier before they can get too far down the field. So we really want to see if this Bonita offensive line is going to be able to slow these guys down.
2nd down and 5, ball on the 20. Oh, excuse me, ball at the 23-yard line. Oh, 3rd down and 5. 7:15 left on the clock for the first quarter. Quarterback under center here. Takes the ball off, rolls back, rolls to his right, tries to find number 13, and it's almost caught by number 13. Ron Van almost had the catch. It just bobbled in his hand.
I mean, he was waiting to be there for the help, though.
Absolutely. Vaughn almost got the lucky bounce and was able to get that into the end zone. He had nobody behind him. He holds on to that. It's hard to catch that guy in the open field.
And that's what those tip drills are for.
Oh, absolutely. That's something you practice, especially as a DB. And we all know Ron Van does play a little bit of DB, so he has gone through some of those tip drills. Just doesn't carry over to the game right now. 4th
down and 5, ball on the 24-yard line. 6:56 left in the first quarter. Eastlake up 7-0, and as they're going to get the ball back, but possibly the momentum.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're Bonita's defense, you know you need to get a stop here. You don't want to go down multiple possessions in a game like this where you're going to rely a lot on the run game.
Punter takes a snap, and it's going to be a bad punt.
Yeah.
That's not a really good punt. He shanks it, and Eastlake is going to get great field position here. They shot themselves in the foot with that one.
Absolutely. Another one of those mistakes we talked about.
Yeah.
It's a lot of mistakes. We've seen a drop so far. We've seen a penalty, and now we see this bad punt out of bounds. They really need to pick this up if they want to stay with Eastlake the rest of this game.
Yeah, just like you were saying, Justin, it's already the first quarter, and we're already seeing simple mistakes.
Absolutely. And you see a lot of what they've been talking about this week. They're shooting themselves in the foot, and it's rearing its ugly head again.
Yeah, the special teams coach is not going to be happy about that one.
Absolutely. You see him kind of chewing out the punter down there right now.
Yeah. Quarterback under center for Eastlake. Hands it up the middle to Law. And he's going to get a couple yards. We have a helmet down on the field.
Helmet off.
And it's the running back. He lost his helmet. And it's going to be 2nd down.
You know, we asked Bonita, you guys are just coming back from a 2-game losing streak. How are you guys feeling? And they said short-term memory.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got to move on from that. It's in the past.
But see, there's a little bit of give and take there, because when you have such short memory, you kind of forget about the things that happen, and sometimes you don't remember to carry those lessons over. You just totally disregard it. So let's hope they learn from these lessons and improve on this.
And they look in the blitz here, looking to the left side, has an open hole up the middle, and it's going to be brought down at the 19-yard line for a 1st down.
Number 24.
1st down, Eastlake in red zone territory.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid pickup by Kayla Newsom out there. Able to move move the sticks. We have a 1st down in the red zone.
And like we saw earlier, they're in this great field position because of that bad punt.
Absolutely. And when you're playing a team like this who's rated a little higher than you, and you may not be as talented per se,
Handed
you
up to
don't
the
want
right
to give
side.
those breaks.
And it's going to be no. It's going to be a yard of 4.
You know, it's also it's late in the season. You know, there's 3 more games left. Every game counts.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
This is the epitome of pre-playoff football right here.
And
you lose your you're really battling an uphill climb to get into the postseason.
And just because Eastlake's so highly ranked doesn't mean that, Bonita can upset them, you know?
Oh, no, it can absolutely happen. But the thing is, when you're the underdog and you're going against someone who's perceived to be more talented, you need to punch them in the face the first drive. We just haven't seen it. You're not
Single
punching
back
the bully.
set, motion to the right, and number 8 is going to get the ball again, and he breaks a tackle.
Oh.
Tries to push up for the first down, and the Bonita defense going to push him back. Nice gang tackling by Bonita.
Yeah, so to add on to what I'm saying, we need to see a lot more of this. You need to come out here and show you're the aggressor.
Yes.
Every great upset you see in college football, NFL, high school, the main theme of that is the underdog comes out and punches the top team in the face and lets them know it's going to be a battle. We haven't seen that yet. Let's see if Bonita is able to answer back.
And so, like, going back to your response earlier, league games are important coming from former athletes like ourselves, me and Justin. League games are super important here.
She's a former athlete, too.
I'm a former
Give her
athlete,
that
Oh, yeah,
too.
that's right. Oh, fumble on the field here. Let's see who has it as we wait for the official decision to see who has regained possession of the ball. And it's going to be Bonita's ball, it seems like.
And this is exactly what you need if you're Bonita. Take the ball away, try to take away some of that momentum. You go down here and score. This game is an even footing going forward.
Just that play, Bonita now smiling. The mentality just rose.
Absolutely. You see more energy on the sideline. They looked a little down originally, but you see them get more up into the game, feeling like they believe they can win. You come down here and score, or at least put some kind of points on the board, you go a long way to making that so.
But last week, too, once they started, putting themselves in a good position, they started getting a little cocky, and then it came back to bite them.
Absolutely. That's discipline. You really have to discipline yourselves, especially in a big game like this. You don't want to cough the ball up. You don't want to turn it over. You don't want to get penalties. You really need to play your best football against a team like this.
Pistol formation here. Wide receiver far to the left side, excuse me. Calls for the motion here. He's not getting it. And he does now. Hands it up the middle here. Tries to find an open lane, and it's going to be nothing. Possibly for a loss of 2, maybe 3 yards on that one. And going back to the loss of possession here, at least I wish we would have seen that on instant replay.
Absolutely. I mean, especially in a muddled up situation like that, it's really hard to tell, especially from a distance. And you really want to hope you get that right in a close game like this as it is right now. But this is absolutely, like I said, this is a great time for Bonita to capitalize on this and take some of that momentum back.
Sort of an advantage for Eastlake as Bonita is behind in their own territory.
Absolutely. You're deep, like you said, deep in your own territory. You don't want to get any more loss of yards. Because if you punt, you're punting at the back of the end zone. Who knows what can happen back
Pistol
there?
formation again. 2 wide receiver set on the right side. He throws it deep. And he finds Ron Van. It's going to be incomplete. And Bonita is looking for a flag, and they're not going to get it. Ron Van does not seem happy that he did not get that call here.
I wouldn't be happy either.
That's just really good defense by number 6, Matthew Saravia, who's actually tied for the lead with the team leading interceptions. You're going to see him all over Van.
Van.
Yep, Van tonight. And absolutely what we're seeing out of Bonita so far is they're really targeting Van. That's going to be their playmaker. He's gotten the ball most of the plays. They're going to need to spread it out a little bit when they're passing the ball, or else Eastlake's defense is going to be able to key in on Van and pretty much take them away.
3rd down and 13 with 3:53 left on the clock in the first quarter, and he run it up the middle, and he breaks a few tackles here, but he's going to go down. He's going to be short of the first down.
Just like you said, Justin, how they're trying to, attack Van. Do you think he's the only key player, though, on the team?
I won't say he's the only key player, but I would say he's the most effective player. There we go. He can have the biggest impact if he gets going. Like we saw last week, 200+ yards, got in the end zone 3 times. If we can get that same production out of him, that's going to make this a very tough game for Eastlake. Absolutely.
And guys, I just want to mention, it's a large crowd here tonight for Bonita.
It is. Yeah, it's because it's their senior night, and it is a rival game. It's for the boot.
It is the battle of the boot. No one wants to miss that.
Wait for the punt here. And a better punt this time than it was last time here. And he muffs it, and he drops it. And he takes it up the middle here, and he's going to get into Bonita territory as he gets it to the 40-yard line, and Eastlake once again in grid field position.
So, you guys are former football players. When you guys played with your rival team and you saw your friend from the other team, was it like, I don't know you, get out of here?
Exactly. It's all business, and at the end of the game, we could hug each other, dap up each other, but during the game, it's strictly business.
Absolutely.
Strictly business? No highs, no?
Oh, no.
Good luck?
Maybe before the game if they're close enough, but those other 6 days of the week, we're absolutely good friends. But this day, I don't know you, don't talk to me, we're enemies.
Eastlake gets the ball here, hands it up to number 8, and he finds an open hole right up the middle. And it's going to be a first down, it seems like, for Eastlake. What a run. This guy, number 8, has been getting the ball all day.
Yeah, good tough running by Mateo Law. But while we're pointing out him, I do want to make sure we point out these big fellas up front. Oh, what did Coach Paco call them? The war horses?
War elephants. He called them war elephants.
The war elephants are out here stumping, making big holes for these backs. And they're really able to take advantage of that and get positive gains every time.
Second down and 1.
Oh.
And it's going to be no gain on the play, loss of 2.
This is what we need to see more out of Bonita. We need to see that fight.
Nice. This Bonita defense is able to stop the run when it's short yardage.
Absolutely, but they're giving up the big plays on the ground. That's the problem. They need to cut down on these big plays, cut down on the middle errors. They can really give themselves a chance to win this game.
We're noticing Eastlake not throwing the ball a lot, and it's 2:04 left in the first quarter. Ball still 7-0. Eastlake still has possession of the ball here. Hands it up right up the middle here, and it's going to get nothing.
Okay, as soon as I shout out the big bodies for Eastlake, the big bodies for Bonita are starting to fight back. We're seeing a lot of this. They're starting to plug up the middle now. Let's see how Eastlake's able to counter this.
You know, it must be really cool getting the opportunity to play on a collegiate field.
Absolutely,
Yes.
As a home stadium, yeah, when you're
Playing
in high
at
school.
Southwestern College.
Yeah, especially in a nice facility like this, that has to be really good. And it's so close to your school.
I apologize. Eastlake did get the first down here. The chains are going to still be moving for Eastlake. Number 8, Law, gets a couple yardage on that play.
Yeah, just like you said, Justin, it's right next to Bonita's right next to Southwestern. I saw a couple of the players in the band actually walking across the street.
Yeah, that's a
convenient.
first for me. That's a first. I don't think I've ever seen a high school team walk to another stadium
Me
at
neither.
another campus. To
They're
play their
cheering
game.
the whole way too.
Yeah, they were.
They're excited.
I heard music playing. I hear the band come and play their music. You can tell they're ready for this game.
Exactly.
A minute 5 left in the first quarter here. Eastlake still up 7-0 in enemy territory. They're trying to find another place to score. Trying to find another opposition to score or position.
We go on that jet sweep.
Gains a couple yardage on that one.
And that's something we're really going to see. When I watched the film, we saw a lot of this, the jet sweep, bug sweep action. That's really a staple of this offense, and we're probably going to see a lot of that. And one of the guys you see a lot of this is Emilio Lozano. He leads the team in rushing. Coach Paco raved a lot about this guy's vision, his ability to run that stretch play. Let's see if they utilize him a little more.
30 seconds left in the first quarter. Still Eastlake 7-0. 3rd down and 5 to go. Ball in the 30-yard line, or 25, excuse me. And he draws back the pass.
He has an open receiver.
And he finds an open receiver, and he does. He has it.
Ooh.
And he's going to be close to the end zone. Ball's going to be placed at the 1-yard line. What a throw by the quarterback. Way to see that.
Really good ball. And that's exactly what you need with a quarterback in this system. You're not going to have to throw the ball a lot. We're going to run the ball a lot, but when you do get your chance, you have to take advantage. And he does and gets them right outside the end zone.
And it looks like they're going to close out the first quarter here.
You know, Eastlake is really putting themselves in a great position to get that early lead and to close the game.
Absolutely. I'm very impressed so far. I know it's only a one-score game, but I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing out of Eastlake. They're really physical up front. The running backs are making good reads with the ball. The quarterback hasn't put the ball in danger yet. So if they can keep this going, I see them having a really strong possibility to win this game, guys.
And once again, they're battling for this beautiful boot right here.
This boot
End of the
right
first
here.
quarter, Eastlake is up 7-0. They're at the 1-yard line.
So, John, I want to get your opinion on this. What's
Yeah.
your take on this game so far? What are you seeing out of Bonita and what are you seeing out of Eastlake?
So far, it's been all Eastlake to me so far. They've been clicking on all sides, running the ball a lot, and they had an opportunity to throw it, and they took it.
Absolutely. And one thing I'm kind of saying, Bonita really needs to cut down on these mental mistakes. They talked about it all week. A lot of what we heard from these guys is all they care about is focus. They didn't want to buy too much into a rivalry game. They didn't want to make the game bigger than it was.
Yes.
They really want to emphasize that we're focused on winning this game. We're not going to make it too big of a game. But it kind of looks like there's some nerves going, some mental mistakes.
Yeah, I think they are nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. In a big game like this, it's rocking, it's packed, it's senior night. You really want to come out here and end on a high note. There's going to be a little bit of nerves, but they're going to have to shake those nerves if they want to get this game competitive.
I think it's also, too, the last games, they just got too cocky and the game slipped away. So now they're trying to have this approach where we're humble, we're coming in, we're just going to do what we got to do.
Absolutely, and we're going to need to see more of that. We're going to need to see this humility turn into execution, and that execution can get them points on the board. But speaking of points on the board, we have Eastlake right on the goal line.
Right on the goal line here. Sneaks it up. And he's going to be into the end zone for a touchdown once again. Eastlake scores. What a play. It's Law again.
Mateo Law for his second touchdown of the game. Really having a big game so far, seeing him touch the ball a whole lot. Let's see if Bonita's able to adjust to this and find a way to counter. But if they don't, Mateo could have a really big game tonight, folks.
And already his second touchdown of the game. Like you said, he's one of your key impact players for Eastlake.
Absolutely. And honestly, I didn't have him as an impact player for offense. I had him for defense.
You had to check.
I just want to make sure. No, okay, I do have him for offense. I apologize. I'm thinking number 5, Max Susi, who's also going to be an impact player tonight. But, yeah, Mateo's really out
PAT
here.
is up, and it's going to be no good. 13-0 here, 11:54 in the second quarter. Eastlake is up.
See that extra point? That's crucial too.
Yeah, absolutely, because if Bonita does get going and they make the extra points, that's going to be a little bit of a separation. You can miss one extra point and make the rest and score the same amount of touchdowns and lose the game. So, I mean, you really need to finish those. Turn around.
We wait for kickoff here, and like you said,
Sorry about that, folks.
yeah. And like you said, Justin, Law is one of your key impact players. Do you expect him to have another touchdown by the end of this game today?
With the volume he's getting, absolutely. I mean, this offensive line is opening up holes for him. He's making the right reads. He's showing good vision. I don't see any reason why he shouldn't get in the end zone. And it's only just beginning the second quarter.
Okay, besides the game, though, can we just talk about the student life at Bonita? They're ready for this game. I mean, they already decked us out. It's luau.
They gave us this.
They gave us.
And they gave us these towels,
These rally
too.
towels they have going on.
Towels.
Shout out to Bonita for giving us these towels. Thank you very much for that. We dearly appreciate it.
We really
Absolutely.
do.
As we get ready for kickoff here, 11:54 left in the second quarter. Eastlake is up 13-0. And now, Justin, what does Bonita need to do to stop shooting themselves in the foot? What do they need to improve on?
That's just it. They need to focus like they've been saying all week. And you have to feel like this is really the drive. Like, if you don't make something happen here, you can really find yourself so far behind the 8-ball. They really need to answer right here before this game
Great
gets out of
kick
hand.
down the field. Tony gets it. And he's going to be out of bounds. And he stepped out, and he's going to be down at the 10-yard line.
That's another one of those mental mistakes, John. If he lets that ball go, it probably bounces out of bounds or into the end zone for a touchback. So that's really another one of those mental errors.
I
But,
really think we're teaching this team here.
We keep saying, mental errors, it's a mistake, but they keep doing this,
Yeah.
It's got to be a point where it's like, okay, you're just not disciplined enough, or...
Yeah, it's kind of becoming a habit now. That's a habit you really need to break.
That's the word I was looking for.
Because if that's a habit that keeps going on, that's bad. That's going to look bad for the team.
And I do think Bonita is capable of, of competing with these teams.
Absolutely. They have... You see some talent out there, but like we said, the mental mistakes, you can't continue to make those errors and expect to win the game. It's just not going to happen.
We have a pistol formation here. Trips right. 11:51 left in the second. As we await the snap, and he draws back the pass, and he's going to take it off, and he's going to run. He finds an open hole, and he's going to slide, and he's probably going to get the first down. He does. It's enough for the first down here.
And that's a really heady play by the quarterback. Number 17, Omar Carrero. That's a really, really heads-up play. Get the first down, get down, protect yourself from injury. That's something I'm really happy to see out of him. Take what the defense gives you. Don't try to force it. You'll put your team in a really good situation.
And we know that both teams on offense like to play the fast pace.
Absolutely. Fast pace, run the ball, hopefully wear the defense down. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking the game plan is.
Gets the snap, hands it off to Whaley, and he's going to get nowhere. It's going to be a gain of none on the play. It's going to be second down and 10. Ball on their 17-yard line here.
That's a tackle by number 15, sophomore Christian Aguilar. And this is a guy, guys, Coach Paco really raved about. He raved about this guy's football instincts. It's only a sophomore. He's able to sift through defenders and find his way to the ball, and that's really something you just seen there on that play.
And Van hasn't been able to get the ball as much. This Eastlake defense is stopping him very well.
Absolutely. And Bonita's very much force-feeding him. I feel like they're trying every chance they get to throw him the ball, and that's going to get you in trouble every time.
Second down and 10, ball on the 19-yard line. 10:30 in the left in the second quarter. Draws back the pass. Going to be a screen to Van. Tries to find something here, and it's going to be nothing on the play here. Couldn't find an open hole to get past him.
Yeah, you see 5 white jerseys around him waiting for him to get up the field. They're really rallying to the ball, guys.
It's going to be third down and 10, still on the 19-yard line with 10:10 left in the second quarter. Eastlake still up 13-0.
Yeah, and Bonita really needs to find a way to get this ball downfield.
Yeah.
They're throwing the passes that are going downfield aren't getting completed. That's something that they're really going to have to correct as the game goes on. But this offensive line definitely has to continue to give these guys a chance.
3rd down and 10 here. Quarterback waits the snap. He's looking around, reading the defense. Pistol formation, 2 wide receivers set, and he draws back to pass. Tries to find, looking to his left, and he's not going to find anything there. Overthrew his receiver, number 23, for the incomplete pass. It's going to be 4th down and 10, ball at the 20.
Yeah, you really aren't seeing a whole lot of open receivers for Bonita tonight. That's really good for Eastlake. Make all the throws tough that they're going to make, force them to beat you up front, and they just haven't been able to do so far.
Yeah. Not only kudos to Coach Paco for, coming in and leading his team, but kudos to the team for adjusting so quickly.
Yeah, and a lot of the guys are saying, like, it wasn't really that big of an adjustment. He's been there throughout the season. And when he came in, the one thing he told them is, this is all about you.
Yeah, he really emphasized on that.
Yeah, that was one of his big emphasis. This is about you, and we're going to go as far as you guys take us.
Takes a punt back.
They're taking him really far this game.
Tells him to back off, and he's going to take it. Tries to get a few yards here, and he's going to be down at the 49-yard line, 43-yard line.
Okay, he turned that into a positive, but I know somewhere on that sideline, there's a special teams coach who's ready to chew him out for touching that ball.
Yes.
You're around that many guys, you don't have any defenders there, don't touch the ball, just let it go down. Because if you touch it and it comes off, that's a muff. They pick that up, they could take the ball the other way.
And they'll be in great field position if they get the ball.
Absolutely.
Eastlake in great field position again. They're not deep in the end zone. They're close to midfield.
And you've really seen each time, most of the time Eastlake's gotten the ball, they've been close to, if not past, midfield. That's really something that Bonita has to change.
Hands it up to Law. Tries to find something to the right side, and we have a penalty flag on the field.
Looks like it's in the area of holding.
As we await the official decision here and what the referees are going to say.
By the Eastlake running back number 8, Mateo
Oh.
No penalty flag, but we do see a towel on the field.
That is one of the rally towels.
Yeah.
Okay, I was very confused right now.
Yeah, me too. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I didn't even see a flag get thrown. Where did that come from?
Yeah.
Whoever threw that has a really long arm, though.
Or maybe it came from up above, from the heavens.
Yeah. I mean, quarterback has the ball here, and he throws it, and he finds an open man, number 33. He's at the 20, to the 15, and he's going to be down at the 15-yard line here. Another positive for Eastlake here. They're running the ball down their throats, but some way they have a chance to throw the ball.
Yeah, and that's a really good completion for the quarterback. Able to move the offense. Bonita really has to find an answer here if they want to slow this team down.
And they have a flag on the field here.
Wait, is that a flag? Or
It is a flag. It's by the official, so it's a flag.
There we go.
So we wait the referee's call over here.
That could have easily turned into a touchdown if it wasn't for number 2, Bonita Cornero.
Personal foul.
Cornero.
It's going to go on Eastlake, and it's going to bring them back. And they shot themselves in the foot with that one. They had a good possession on that one, but this one's going to bring them back.
Yeah, and that's really a killer for an offense. You get a big game like that, and it gets moved back to a penalty. That kind of frustrates you, and you don't want to let it get too deep into your feelings because it can really affect your game the rest of the night. So they're really going to have to, like Bonita's been saying, they're going to have short-term memory.
Ball is marched back to the 30-yard line.
And it looks like a wildcat formation here.
Oh,
never mind. Quarterback right there. Hands it up the middle to Law. I couldn't see the quarterback. I thought it was a wildcat.
Mateo Law brought down by number 52, Justin Shirley.
I like that name, Justin.
Yeah, Justin Shirley. Because your first name is Justin.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. His name's
The
Justin.
best name to have, right?
8:10 left in the second quarter here. Eastlake is up 13-0, and they are in enemy territory. Ball is going to be placed at the 26-yard line of Bonita. We wait the snap under center. Hands it up to Law again, and he's going to go down possibly for a gain of 1 yard on the play. It's going to be 3rd down.
And so we see on the tackle, number 1, Igor Cleary. He's really a guy who I've really grown to be a fan of, getting to know these guys. All you can see in his eyes, he just wanted to play. Every question we asked, it was in his eyes, you see, I just want to play.
Yeah,
I just want to go win.
Earlier, or yesterday when we talked to him, he said that he's hungry and he just wants it.
Oh, yeah, you saw it in his eyes.
And And he did, mention again that they just lost because of their own mistake.
Yeah. And, this is the game they really want to get it corrected, especially as a senior.
Motion left, and he's a sweep to number 24. He has an open hole up the middle, and he's going to take it into the 3, to the 1, end zone, touchdown, Eastlake. Another touchdown on their possession.
That's absolutely nothing you wanted to see if you're a Bonita fan or you're part of that team.
Yeah.
This touchdown here going down 3 possessions, that's going to be tough to come back from. Let's see how they can answer.
That's going to be number 24, Newson.
What a play by Eastlake. Like you said, they like to run the T-wing. What is it called?
Wing
T, excuse me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and it's getting a lot of these Bonita defenders out of position, and you're really seeing it. This is a testament to a lot of what Coach Paco said. You're going to get these guys out of position because as young high school players.
And it's good. Eastlake is now up 20-0, 7:14 left in the second quarter. What were you saying, Justin?
So, yeah, to continue that thought. Damn it, I kind of lost my train of thought. But, yeah, no, against a team like this, you don't want to fall this far behind the 8 ball.
Especially on senior night, too.
Especially on senior night. You can't let it get this out of hand. You really need to find a way to answer here and get a stop.
As you were saying, Justin, about losing on senior night.
Did you lose on your senior night? I'm
Did
feeling
we?
a lot
No,
of emotion.
we actually didn't. My senior night, which was actually kind of weird, my high school didn't have lights. We played during the day, but that's another thing. But, no, we actually won. I had a pretty good game. I threw 3 touchdowns. We won by multiple possessions, so I felt good about my senior night.
Oh, I lost on my senior night.
No, actually, you want to hear a funny story about a senior night?
Sure.
So I'm not trying to brag or anything, but it was a team in my league called West Adams High School. On their senior, they scheduled us for their homecoming, which we found disrespectful. So as to get back, I turned around and tied my school's high school touchdown record in a single game. I threw 6 against them just because they did that. It felt kind of good.
You said just because they did that.
Just because they did that.
We wait for kickoff now. Eastlake up 20-0, 7:14 left in the second quarter.
That's got to hurt for Bonita.
It really
absolutely.
does.
That was a drive.
Ooh, almost dropped the ball on that kickoff return. And he's going to go down. Breaks a tackle. And he finds an open hole to the right. Tries to find something. And he was able to make something out of nothing there. Tries to, at least.
I'm surprised we didn't get a block in the back call here on the 15. That would have been tragic for this Bonita offense.
Like you said, if they would have been called for that, another shot in the foot right there.
Oh, absolutely. And that would have been maybe inside their own 10-yard line. That's not a position you want to be when you're down 3 possessions and you've struggled and have shot yourself in the foot, like we said, with penalties. That's not a spot on the field where you want to be.
I mean, we do need more plays like this, though, to spark up the offense.
I mean, are we talking from Bonita's offense?
Right now, yeah.
Oh, no, yeah. You need a big play here.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You need a big play to wake them up.
You need something to get the momentum in your favor.
Take a little bit of the momentum.
Yeah.
Something. What I'm thinking is we may see Van on a deep ball, give him a chance to win downfield.
Motions to tight end. Runs it right up the middle, and he finds an open hole up the middle, and he's going to get a first down. He's going to move those chains here. He was able to get something out of that. That's got to be good for Bonita there.
No, that is a really good run by number 3, Gabe Berg. We're going to need to see a lot more of this. These positive players get strung together. You see them make one in spurs, but they haven't been able to string together an entire series. And when they have, they've shot themselves in the foot with penalties or the drop. So they really need to put one together here.
First down and 10, ball on the 26-yard line of Bonita. 6:35 left in the second quarter. Bonita trying to get something here. Draws back the pass. He looks to his left. Finds an open receiver, number 8. And that's another move the chains. First down for Bonita.
That's a really good touch ball right there by Christopher Kane. Really good touch ball right over the defender's hands, right into his receiver's hands, without leaving it too high to leave him subject to getting punishment. That's a really good ball right there.
First down and 10, ball on the 41-yard line of Bonita's still. And right now they're getting a little drive going. They're getting the momentum in their favor now.
Absolutely. Now let's see if they can hang on to it.
Shotgun formation here. Empty set. Quarterback. Motions right. Hands it off, and we got a flag on the field here. Believe false start. And that's what it's going to be. It's going to bring them back 5 yards.
This is a lot of what we've seen. They put in a drive together, shoot themselves in the foot. They move back 5 yards. Something they really need to get corrected if they want to turn this game around.
5:58 left in the second quarter. Eastlake still up 20-0. And Bonita's got to stop making mistakes here if they want to win this game.
Absolutely. I mean, we keep harping on it, but, I mean, that's the biggest thing we're seeing out here. This offensive line maybe had to step it up just a little more, get some of the open holes for the runners. but it's just a lot of shooting themselves in the foot, guys.
Mm-hmm.
2 wide receivers set to the right side. And he draws back the pass. Pressure is on him. And he's going to go down for the sack. Eastlake was able to get the sack on that one. Quarterback goes down. And that's going to be loss of yardage right there.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was just talking about. This O-line, they really need to step it up. They need to give their passer time on that play. But I'm only seeing 2 receivers for Bonita, and they're just doubling. They're doubling Van, and they're leaving a guy short one-on-one. But he's being covered. I think they may need to get a few more guys out here in the routes, in the route tree, I should say. But I don't know if they trust their offensive line. Is that something that you're seeing? Like they're trying to leave extra guys in every play?
It does seem like that they don't trust their offensive line. They've been doing a lot of passes left. We haven't seen much of them establishing the run game yet.
Yeah, they haven't been able to. They've got maybe 2 or 3 positive runs, but a lot of it's been right at the line of scrimmage.
Mm-hmm. Motion right, draws back the pass, and he's going to take it up. Tries to make something out of nothing, and he's going to get a few yards back. It's still going to be 3rd down and long. Ball on the 33.
The one thing I like about that, he did see a target, but it did get covered while he was coming forward, and he was able to pull it back. That's a heady play by this quarterback. I'm really kind of liking what I'm seeing IQ-wise out of this guy.
Mm-hmm.
He isn't putting the ball into a lot of danger. He's tucking it down when he needs to, and he's taking what the defense gives him.
3rd down and 12. 4 minutes and 15 seconds left in the second quarter. And, man, this second quarter already went by fast.
Yeah, that's a lot of running the ball.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
As we wait for the huddle. Offense getting set up. And it's going to be trips right on this side. As we await the snap. And he's going to drop back to pass again. Tries to find something. He's going to get sacked, and he's going to get brought down by number 28. Another mental mistake here by Bonita. And it's going to be 4th down and long with 3:40 left in the second.
He actually had a couple of guys open. I think one, maybe the dig across the middle, the deeper dig, had a chance to get a 1st down. He had a guy open, but as soon as the guy came open, he's getting pressure. This offensive line needs to give his quarterback more time to throw the ball if they want to move it.
Yeah.
Now, Soleil, you've seen the Bonita sideline. How do you think they're feeling right now?
Bonita's their team sideline or their
team sideline?
Their team sideline. I mean, if I was them, I'd be feeling a little bit frustrated right now.
Yeah,
they're 0 right now.
Yeah, and that's typical when you're losing a game like this. But you can't really get down on it, down and out, because once that happens, it's just going to start an avalanche, and the score is going to go
and
up.
A short
and
punt
higher and higher.
with a good bounce for Bonita, and they're going to let it go on this one. See a little scruffling out on the field.
You know, interesting, the last time that Bonita had the boot was, I think, back in 2016. So a lot of the players on here, they were freshmen. Now they're seniors. So this is like their opportunity.
Yeah, and most of these freshmen probably weren't on varsity, so none of them actually have a chance to beat Eastlake for the boot yet.
And just think about the confidence boost it would bring Bonita if they were to beat Eastlake.
Absolutely. And just to go further, I think more than the confidence boost, this is going to be something they could talk about when they get older. They're going to remember, like, we were the class that beat Eastlake.
Mm-hmm.
That's something you can really take with you to the grave, especially when you take pride in your high school.
Motion left. Hands it off to number 8, Law again, who's been getting a lot of the touches tonight. And still hasn't been brought down, and now he goes down. Man, this guy's he's strong, man.
Absolutely. He's running really, really tough and aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
This is really something you want to see out of a guy like this. He's coming out, he's running hard, he's making the right decisions in the holes to take. I'm really becoming a fan of what I'm seeing out of this guy tonight.
And Eastlake has established the run game very well today.
Absolutely. They've relied heavily on the run game, and it's working for them. They've put up 20 points on the ground so far.
Exactly, with the jet sweeps. And another one. Jet brings it down. He's going to be at the 45-yard line. That's enough for a 1st down. 2 minutes left in the second quarter. 2:11 to be exact. 20-0 still. And Eastlake has the momentum now.
Absolutely. So far, this game's been all Eastlake. Bonita really hasn't had an answer for these guys on the ground. They haven't been able to sustain a drive offensively without shooting themselves in the foot. If they hope to get back into this game, they need to figure out a way to slow down this run game. They need to get disciplined offensively and
just
more
cut the
offensively.
mistakes. Just cut the mistakes.
The mistakes offensively. They're moving the ball, but they shoot themselves on the field with a penalty or a drop, and it's really hurting their momentum.
Motion right, a sweep to number 36. Tries to get something. He's going to gain a gain of 3 yards on the play with 1:33 left in the second.
The the stadium is packed on both sides of the field.
I agree, yes.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a really packed and kind of loud game outside of these headphones.
It is.
It's a rivalry game. It's always going to be packed.
It all, yeah.
And it's senior night to add to that. So you have senior night and a rivalry game. Yeah, there's a lot of people going to go.
Yeah, Bonita, they said that this is why this game is emotional for them too. It's an emotional game.
Yeah, no one wants to go out a loser.
Yeah.
On their senior night.
No one wants to go out their last home game on your senior night and lose, especially in a wide gap like that. No one wants to do it. They don't want to be remembered as the guys who went out like that, just to put this in.
Especially in front of a live audience.
In front of this big of an audience, no.
I mean, there's still also 2 more quarters.
And especially our viewers.
It's not Eastlake's game just yet, but if they keep playing like this, it's going to be.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and yeah, like you said, it's still early. It's nobody's game yet. We've seen bigger collapses.
It's never nobody's game until the last.
No, it's never anybody's game. Or I would say if the score's big enough in the last few minutes, maybe.
Okay.
But yeah, the game's never really over until the fat lady sings, and I haven't started singing yet.
Minute 33 left, and he draws back the pass, finds a receiver, and he's going to be incomplete, overthrown, intended to number 13. Stops the clock here with a minute 28, and it's going to be 3rd down and 7, ball on the 46.
Yeah, real flutter ball, but that's not something you want to see here at the end of the half. I would expect them to keep the ball on the ground and run the clock out and just get to have something this big a lead. But you see them being aggressive, trying to go downfield, pick up the first down, and keep the chains moving. Let's see if they're able to do so here.
So we await the snap here, and Bonita's defense definitely got to stop him on this one in order to get the ball back with a minute left. Hands it out to number 36, and he finds an open hole to the right side. He's going to get enough for the first down here.
His own player blocked him.
And it's going to be a first down for Eastlake here. A minute 20 left in the second. Would you use it, if you're Bonita right now, would you use a timeout?
No, but now I wouldn't, because we haven't been able to move the ball. I don't want to put my quarterback in a position where he can potentially make a mistake in the last minute, give them the ball back, and stretch the lead. And am I mistaken? Does Eastlake get the ball back at halftime?
Yes, they do. Eastlake does get the ball back in the second half.
Yeah, you really don't want to put the quarterback in that position. You get a turnover, Eastlake gets a turnover and scores before the half goes, and they get the ball back. That's really not something you want to do, especially when you have a wide margin.
You have a timeout by Eastlake here. 54 seconds left on the clock here. Score still 20-0. All right, now, like you said earlier, this team needs to stop shooting themselves in the foot.
Absolutely. I mean, we're seeing it way too much. They get a drive going, shoot themselves in the foot, and it kind of kills the momentum of the drive. They really need to figure out a way to turn that around if they want to get this game back closer. Because right now, 3-possession game, all the momentum going towards Eastlake's favor, and you continue to shoot yourselves in the foot, their score is only going to continue to go up while you don't put up any points. That's really not something you want to do, especially in a game like this.
As we head back onto the field here. And here we go, 54 seconds left on the clock still. Still 20-0. And he draws back the pass, and he finds an open hole up the middle here. He's not going to get anything. It's going to go down for a loss. A loss of 2 on the play. It's going to be third down and 12 here, and it looks like they're running out the clock. 40 seconds left.
Yeah, and Bonita's absolutely forcing them, I wouldn't say daring them to throw the ball. They have about 8 in the box. They have one guy, the deepest man they have downfield is about 7 yards off the ball. So they're daring them to throw the ball, and Eastlake is just content running the clock out.
Timeout on the field.
Don't blame them with the score like this.
And it's not going to be embarrassing for Bonita because we're playing in front of a live audience right now, especially our viewers.
Absolutely, but the game's really not over yet. They still have a whole other half to come back. But get it. But yeah, so going into halftime, you really want to start going here, and you want to start turning this game around. They need to figure out what they can do in this halftime and come out in the second half and play a totally different style of football. Maybe not different style, but they really need to cut down on these penalties.
Before we go back on the field here, I'm amazed by this belt. This boot is beautiful.
Absolutely. I mean, is this kind of like the old school Jordan 1s? Huh? No. Kind of like Vans.
All I know is both teams want this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they
really
do.
bad.
Everybody said it. We want the boot.
But
both
we get it
teams.
for right now.
Yeah, we do.
got to keep it for now.
And he's going to get nothing. A fumble down on the field. And I believe Bonita has got it again. With 30 seconds left on the clock. And they're going to say he was down. It's going to be fourth down here. Bonita does not get the fumble. Officials say he was down. One of the officials said he was down.
Looks like they're still trying to decide on the play.
Yeah, it looks like the coach, Bonita's coach, is frustrated. He wants that call.
Yeah. And from what I saw, it looked like that ball came out first, but I could be wrong.
Absolutely. And we are a little further back, so the refs do have a slightly, I won't say slightly,
Better
they have a
view.
better view of this.
Mm-hmm.
But it did kind of feel like he wasn't down.
And a timeout, Bonita here. 28 seconds left in the second quarter. We're almost close to halftime here. Score is still 20-0. Fourth down and 10. Ball on the 46.
Looks like there's about to be a halftime performance, too.
It does look like it. We see the marching band out there practicing their routine.
Mm-hmm.
Marching band, color guard.
Yep.
Looks like it'll be an interesting show. Can't wait.
And, earlier before the game, I saw, I think it was dancers prepping for the game, too, on the field. So
Yes, we did.
Mhm.
I mean, it's senior night, I would expect.
Yeah, they have to do something big for the seniors. This is the last game. Give them something memorable to go out on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, besides this game.
Yeah. As both teams get back on the field here, Eastlake is getting ready to punt. We see Van in the backfield here, and he hasn't had that many touches left in this game.
They targeted him a lot, but what I'm seeing from this Eastlake defense is they're hell-bent on taking him away.
Mhm.
I'm seeing 1 or 2 defenders around him every play. It's going to be really hard to get him involved if they have him bracketed like that. You're going to need to get some of these other receivers involved, maybe figure out a way to run the football. But, again, this all comes back to offensive line. They have to find a way to turn this around, protect their quarterback, and open up holes for these runners.
As we are waiting for the punt here. And now, Justin, what is the head coach going to say to these kids once he get in the locker room?
Are we talking Bonita's head coach?
Bonita's locker room.
I think it's going to be very much we need to eliminate these penalties, guys. We've had chances to be in this game, but we're shooting ourselves in the foot.
Oh, it's a fake. Tries to find him, and he doesn't.
Whoa.
It's going to be turnover on downs. Bonita's going to get the ball back in good field position for them with 23 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, that is bold by Eastlake. That is a really bold fake here. 23 seconds left in the half. You're putting the ball in a position where Bonita with 1 or 2 big plays can be in field goal range, guys. So that's a bit of a questionable
Slowly
call.
started to make a comeback, too.
They possibly could. If they could get something going here, put points up on the board before halftime, that can give them some momentum going to the locker room that they can feed off of coming to the second half.
Well, if you're Eastlake, they're basically saying we're up 20-0, we can do anything.
But I wouldn't
I
think
wouldn't-
that.
no,
I wouldn't
no.
think that. I wouldn't want.
You will lose every single time you think like that.
Mhm.
Because you're going to continue to hit people instead of wrap up. You're going to miss tackles. You're going to try to do extra stuff with the ball and maybe lose it. So I wouldn't.
As we wait for the snap here. And he's going to drop back to pass again, still going with the passing game. And he's not going to get anything. He's going to go down for the sack.
He hesitated.
And he hesitated on his throw, which led to Eastlake getting the sack here. 13 seconds left on the clock.
He hesitated that throw. I don't know if it was because they were open or did you see, Justin?
It looks like some happy feet in the pocket. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. He is getting some pressure, but his feet are ready to escape each time he gets to the top of his drop. And I think that's causing him to get his eyes down and look for running lanes instead of guys hoping down the field.
6 seconds left on the clock here. But fourth down and 10. Oh, no. Second down and 10.
Yeah, but as a quarterback, when you get in pressure like this, I can attest and say, once you continuously get pressure throughout the game, so instead of watching downfield your drops, your eyes are going to start dropping probably before you even start running. I used to do it a lot. I'd take my
It looks
first 1 or 2 steps and look right at the right tackle and see if I was getting pressure.
And they're going to kneel it here. They're going to take it straight to the locker room. Halftime here. Eastlake is up 20-0. End of the second quarter. Eastlake is going to get the ball back the second half. So yeah.
In this, if I'm this coach, like I said, in the locker room, we really need to cut down on these penalties, guys. We need to figure out a way to stop the run game. Also, offensive line, you need to figure out a way to open up holes to protect our quarterback. Those are the beginning steps to begin to try to come back in this game.
You know, looking at Eastlake's team, I don't think they're being cocky right now. I think that they're doing a good job at just keeping the momentum going, but staying humble about it, you know?
Absolutely, and that is a lot of what I got from these players. I got a lot of they were focused. They didn't want to get too high or get too low. They just want to continue to play the game, take it play by play, and hopefully end up in a good position. And they're really doing that right now.
And now, if you're Eastlake, how you got to be feeling right now, being up 20-0 going into the half?
You have to be feeling good, but you also have to remember that the game's not over yet. You still have a whole other half. And like our coaches used to tell us, we scored 20 points in the first half. Why can't they in the second half?
Exactly.
So you really need to come out, continue to fight, continue to play the way you have. And if you do that, this game can be really good for
And
Eastlake.
also, Bonita has nothing to lose, so they can come out here.
Absolutely, they should come out guns blazing. They have
Yes.
absolutely nothing to lose. They're
That's
already
the
down.
phrase I was looking
They're
for. I
coming
was
out.
thinking of it.
They come out guns ho. Oh,
Okay, we see a little dance routine going down on the field.
hey. Trying to get a fool.
And it is senior night, as we said earlier during the game, and they're down 20-0. But I think the fans still think they have hope.
Absolutely, you can't lose hope. I think I won't say it starts with the fans, but the fans do bring a lot to the game.
They do.
When you're into the game and you get the team hype and you give them that support, they feed off of that. It really does convert to energy. I mean, it's kind of like a cliche, but it's true. The fans bring energy. St. Mary's go.
And we see the marching band coming onto the field here with their equipment. And now, Justin, what did you see in the first half for Bonita? What do you need to improve on?
I mean, like we said, we've been harping on it all night. It's the penalties. It's the miscues. They really, and like I said, the offensive line, they need to put themselves in better position. I think they're shooting themselves in the foot, putting themselves in bad situations, and it's putting them behind the 8 ball. They're going to have an uphill climb if they want to make this a game
Just
again.
those mental errors.
Yeah, it's mental
Killing
errors.
them.
Absolutely.
And we noticed your key player, Justin Law. He's having a great game so far.
Absolutely. He's playing extremely well offensively, which I didn't expect. I know he's a really good player defensively, but he's a guy I expected to really just lead these guys and tackle him, be that quarterback on the defense. But he's coming on offense, and he's running the ball really hard. He's putting the team on his back. He's gotten the end zone twice, looking for a third time. Let's see if he can keep this going. If he does, it's going to be tough for Bonita to fight back and get into this game, guys.
I love the energy from Bonita's student section. Do you see the shirt? It says, forget the Titans, remember the Barons.
Yes,
I
I'm
like
loving
that.
it. I'm loving this rivalry. Yes, I see it. Remember the Barons shirt right here.
Mm-hmm. Or I saw one, it was like cream cheese lake.
Yeah.
That's what we used to
yeah.
call them too. Cause I used to go to Otay, we used to call them cheese lake. I mean, Eastlake's doing a good job right now.
Oh, absolutely. It's playing really well.
Now for Bonita, guys, what are some good things you're seeing from their offense, even though they're down 20-0?
Well, I've given a lot of credit to it. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of this quarterback. He hasn't been able to put points up on the board, but a lot of that has been due to protection, and he hasn't had a whole lot of receivers open downfield. But he's not putting the ball in harm's way. He's taking what the defense gives him. He's scrambling. He's getting down. He's doing those things that you need to do as a quarterback in order to give your chance to team to win.
Mm-hmm.
But he's going to need a little bit of help. No quarterback can do it on their own.
Exactly.
He needs the offensive line. He needs his running backs. He needs his receivers to help him out and to help make this a game.
Looks like the marching band's going to come out right
Yeah.
now, do a performance.
Is this Bonita's? Man, yes, it is.
Yes, it is. I saw them earlier when they were walking over across the street.
Yeah, couldn't help but dance a little
Yeah, I was
bit.
dancing.
It's just an overall great environment to be around.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're a player on this Bonita team, it's absolutely, this is the kind of environment you want in a
They
game
should
like
take
this.
advantage of it, though.
Yeah, they should. You have all the support. You have an almost packed home side.
Mhm.
You have your band.
What
you have the dance.
what I just think is that if Bonita were to make a great play, just think of how loud the crowd would get, and that would just boost their confidence. And I think just that alone, their mentality will shift.
I think it will shift a little, but I think this crowd's seen a few good plays, but they haven't been able to string any together. And when you do that, it can kind of get a crowd like,
Consistency.
Yeah, you need consistency because they're going to say, I mean, y'all are just getting penalties.
Yes.
I mean, they're really shooting themselves in the foot. One thing I can say is this has been a lot of what we've seen. They have chances to be in games. They're shooting themselves in the foot. They're making mistakes and getting themselves out of it. And this is something they need to get corrected. If they don't fast,
The game.
this is going to be bad.
Because right now they're still in range to make a comeback, but it's slowly coming out of reach.
Yeah, I mean, that chance is slipping away. As the minutes go on, the chances are slipping away. They really need to take advantage and do something. This first drive that they get the ball, they need to go down here and score. They need to punch Eastlake in the mouth
Yes.
and let them know it's going to be a game for the rest of the night.
Yeah, I just hope they come out of the locker room with a whole different type of mentality.
Yeah, and you can see them being physical. You can see them being physical up front, but if we're Eastlake, they're being really physical and they open up running lanes, and Bonita just doesn't have an answer for them.
We're seeing the marching band getting ready out on the field here.
A lot of guns whirling.
Oh, yeah.
Coach Paco must be very happy too.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I know he's in there pumping his guys up, letting them know like, you guys are playing hard, and this is what happens.
also for Bonita here. It's
And also, just like Paco was saying, you know how he is the new head coach mid-season.
Mhm.
He said that when he had a boss for about 25 years and, you know, he was replaced or whatnot, he quickly adapted to it, and that's what he was trying to emphasize to his teams and players, that we're here for you, just like you said, Justin.
All right, so a lot of that is right. Coach Paco has put a lot of life into this team.
Yes.
They all want to play for him, and that's really a lot of what you hear. And we talked to the principal yesterday, and he kind of raised the same thing. Coach Paco is able to keep the chemistry going, be a good coach for these guys, and make them want to play for him. And you're seeing it; they want to play for this guy. They're playing really hard for him.
I know after you interviewed him, you said you had a little coach crush on him.
Oh,
would
absolutely.
Would you want him as a coach?
Let me just say this: after the interview, I asked him. I was like, "Coach, so can I get like a fake birth certificate or like just shave and come out and join the team?" I mean, this is really a coach. If you're a football person, you can't help but fall in love with this guy. He really makes you want to play for him, and I got that effect from him just talking to him for 10 minutes.
I also heard that when you guys interviewed them at their team dinner yesterday, that there was a pig.
There was a pig, guys. A pig. So what they have happening, what they tell us is they have a pig that's going to be leading the team out of the tunnel for the rest of the season
so
going
cool.
forward.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be so dope. That's such a dope high school tradition, and it's kind
I
of out of the
agree.
box. Like, you're the Eastlake Titans, right?
Yeah.
What does a pig have to do with the Titans? Don't know, but it's a
Tell me.
really dope.
Where did they get this
thing.
pig?
I have no idea.
Or did
Yeah.
they train a pig to come out?
They had to.
Yeah.
They had to.
They had to. I highly doubt that you're just going to grow a pig and say, let's go.
This is our new mascot. No longer the Titans. It's the pig.
Remember the pig. Remember the oink
pig.
oinks. Remember the oink oinks, not the Titans, guys.
Presenting the 2019 production entitled Rockstar.
Ooh.
Bonita Vista High School is proud to present Club Blue.
They do, but they didn't have the. No, the top cup wasn't.
and gentlemen, Club Blue. We would like to take a moment to recognize our amazing seniors in the Club Blue Marching Band and Color Guard. Taylor Bailey, Jan Banatow, Jake Basil, Brianna Bittenbender, Efrain Blas, Dariana Casillas, Adrian Cayetano, Luis Correa, Jocelyn Garcia, Tristan Gray, Brianna Harris, Samantha Hurd, Faith Hillington, Rebecca Ibar Torre, Aaron Jackson, Miguel Ledesma, Desiree Lupa, Joey Logan, Alejandro Laredo, Jamie Martinez, William Minshew, Rika Oba, Mia Oliva, Michelle Ortega, Ariel Perez, Ana Rizal Santos, Arturo Sipu, Kevin Stevens, and Magdalena Almeida.
This light was never up.
I gotta take it back.
And we back?
You want to start with?
I mean, you can start. I'm gonna just say, and we back.
I just think.
And like Chan said, and we back.
And we're back.
Yes, sir.
This time with food.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Got that Chick-fil-A.
Appreciate you guys very much. All right, so yeah, they're up here serving food.
There's a lot of vendors too.
Yeah.
I
lot
see
of
like
vendors.
kettle corn,
Shaved ice.
shaved ice. I see Chick-fil-A. I
Home of
see.
the original chicken sandwich. They have to get it right, y'all.
Yeah.
Popeyes is the knockoff.
Guys, we're not sponsored by them. It's not.
Oh man.
Yeah, I see a lot of clubs too. Like I saw Bonita, they have a club right there selling food too.
Yeah, they do. And they're selling a lot of Bonita gear right next to us too.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell this is a Bonita home game.
Yeah, it
This
is.
Absolutely.
Also, if I have the time here, I'd like to shout out my family and my friends watching this at home. Much love, guys. Thank you for the support. Appreciate it.
Love,
Oh,
family
shout
and
out to my
friends.
family too. Shout out to my mom. Love you.
We get ready back for the second half. Still 20-0 here. Can Bonita pick it up?
I hope so. I really think they can if they can knock off the mistakes, get their heads together, and really buy into this game. I think they have a chance.
Okay, Justin, but before we start this game, can we just show off your socks real quick?
Yeah, show up the
y'all
socks. Show
wanna
up the
see
socks.
We want to see the socks. Okay, well, let's see if we can get a camera on there.
There we go.
athletic.
We got the Mario Kart socks.
The
We
Mario
were playing the Mario Kart
socks.
app. Had to show love, and we're working with a Mario. Let's show double the love.
Shout out Mario.
Yeah, so like
Ooh.
It's a big crowd.
as you guys can see, it's a really big crowd tonight out here for this rivalry game.
It's
big
luau
game, big
theme
crowd.
too.
Yeah.
Luau
theme.
theme. They gave us the Lays.
They gave us the Lays. Hooked it up with the Lays. It's not only students here too. I see a lot of parents because
Yeah.
it's senior night.
A lot of parents, a lot of supporters. This is a really packed game. Everyone
is.
wants to be here. Let's see if these teams, this Bonita team, can get the game back close. Make this a good game.
We go get ready for kickoff now. Eastlake gets the ball back the second half here as we await for halftime to end and the second half to start. And I'll be honest with you guys, I wasn't expecting this type of game at all.
What do you mean?
Like I was expecting both teams to play better, but Eastlake right now has the upper hand.
They do. But you
Yeah.
know, we still have another half to play.
Mhm.
Absolutely. It's a 4-quarter game for a reason, guys.
Kickoff underway here. Number 10 gets the ball back and he's almost out of bounds. Takes it to the right side of the field and he finds an open hole. Breaks a few tackles and he's going to go down at the 18-yard line.
Okay, it's not the return they wanted, but I want to point out the really good block by number 57. He moved this guy out of the way, opened up a hole for the returner to get through. Unfortunately, he got stopped short, but that's a hell of a block by number 57. Got to point that out. Got to show some love to the big
Gotta
guy.
show some love to
Yeah.
the big guys. The big guys
Absolutely.
don't really get a lot of love
Absolutely.
too.
That's the thing about playing offensive line or even defensive line. If things go right, you tend to not hear their names as much, especially offensive line. Defensive line, you'll hear their name more. When you hear their name, it means they're not playing so well.
Oh.
Number 12 under center. Hands it off to number 8, La. And he's going to go down for a gain of 1 yard on the play here. It's going to be 2nd and 9. 11:40 left in the second quarter here.
You know, Eastlake came into this game knowing that they won last year, but they said that their mentality is play them like they're the best team. Play Bonita like they're the highly #1 ranked team in the world.
Absolutely. But that's really a mentality you got to have. If you don't come in with that mentality, you may tend to play down the competition. I've seen that a lot. And Eastlake really isn't playing down to their competition. They're playing like they know how, and it's really showing, and it's working for them.
And he breaks a few tackles here, gains a few yards. Still, he's going to be short of the first down here. It's going to be 3rd down. 10:55 left in the third quarter. As we await the play. A few substitutions here for Eastlake. And Bonita's defense definitely got to step up on this drive.
Absolutely. You want to stop after halftime. You get a stop here, you go down to score. This game looks a little different, guys. We're going to start to get a game.
There we go. Oh, a little jump right there, but it's going to be a fumble on the ground here. And who has the football? Bonita says they have it again. And that's like the 3rd fumble it has to be for Eastlake.
Yeah. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, have they not been able to recover the ones that they have so far?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see that they recover this one.
And we wait for the official decision. And it's still going to be,
It's going to stay with these.
it's going to stay with
See,
Eastlake.
Bonita needs to take advantage of that. Of
Yeah.
those fumbles.
You get those chances, you really have to
You
take
take
advantage.
it.
You got to rip that ball away from the
Especially
player.
if that's what, their 4th? You said that was their 4th?
Third, I
Their
believe.
3rd? Okay,
Third.
their 3rd.
Yeah.
You had 3 opportunities.
Yeah, and they haven't been able to pick it up not one time. They really need to take advantage in a game like this. They can't let those opportunities slip through their hands.
3rd down and 4.
Just like Eastlake's coach was preaching like they need to get down and dirty, I think Bonita needs to take that advice. Get down and get dirty.
Yeah, get on top of the ball fast. You see, I think we're seeing a lot of guys maybe a little timid to jump on the ball, or maybe they're just not in position to.
That's
But-
understandable too.
yeah,
They're not in the position.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. Football's a game of bounces. Maybe they got an unlucky bounce. Who knows?
We have a flag on the field here. It's going to go against Eastlake for a false start. It's going to bring them back 5 yards.
Now we're seeing Eastlake shoot themselves in the foot a
with
lot.
those penalties.
This possession, yeah.
9:59 left in the third quarter. Quarterback Oh, it's a punt. Oh, what? And we got a jump.
Is that a flag?
Yeah.
Okay. Did they throw it?
Yeah, it's probably a neutral zone infraction.
That's going to bring them up 5 yards.
See, mistakes.
A lot of penalties in this game so far already.
See, but it's not really a bright side you can take away
Yeah.
from that play, but they're getting the ball back, so that's really not something that affects them too much. But let's see how this offense is able to respond. Their defense is able to get a stop. Let's see how this offense is able to respond to this.
And a good punt right here. He calls a fair catch, and he's going to go down with it. Bonita's going to get the ball back at the 45-yard line here. 9:32 left in the third quarter. 20-0. Eastlake still up.
Yeah, so guys, let's see if they can get Ron Van going here. He's been facing a lot of bracket coverage. Let's see if they can get him open, get him going.
Eastlake's been doing a good job at shutting him down. You
Mhm.
know, they
Absolutely.
know that don't let him free.
Yeah, you let him free, he gets hot. He can really get hot. And we seen that last week. They don't want to have a repeat of that. So we're seeing, like I said, a lot of bracket coverage. They're getting a lot of pressure on the quarterback and not allowing him to be able to see downfield. This offensive line is going to have to figure out a way to slow that pressure down and see if they can take advantage of these openings.
Yeah, you could tell that Eastlake did the research. They
Mhm.
found out, okay, who's their top players? What do we need to do to shut them down?
There's a little confusion with the roster here, trying to see who's trying to go in on their drive now. Now they're ready. Quarterback's going to get the ball. And it's a double reverse here, but it's going to go nowhere for a loss.
And you see the game plan for Bonita here. Get the hands into the balls into the hands of your playmakers. It's just not working. When Eastlake is all over it. They get that for a negative loss on the reverse. Guys, they need to figure out some of these other playmakers. Who else can they turn to besides Rom? Because this Eastlake defense is very much keying in on this guy.
They're reading it.
They're absolutely.
They read that reverse.
What I think it kind of is, this defense is mainly just looking for him. Where is this guy?
Where is he going?
We just need to stop him where he is, because that's honestly the guy that's going to hurt him the most.
It's going to be second down and long. 3 wide receiver set. Draws back the pass. It's going to be a screen here, and he overthrew it. And this quarterback has been struggling throwing the ball right now. It's going to be second down. It's going to be third down and long. 8:42 left in the third quarter.
Bonita really needs to make something of their possession.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
Especially in this situation right now, they really, really very much need to answer.
It's crunch time.
Absolutely.
This is where they really need to pick it up here. They got to do something smart. It's third down and 15.
Yeah, this is a job. This is a play they need to make right here in order to keep themselves in the game. They don't make this play. They give the ball back to Eastlake, who could turn around from that last drive. 4 possession
Trips
game.
right, and he draws back. Tries to find a receiver, and it's going to be picked off! Picked off by Eastlake, and they're in good field position here. Down at the 20, down at the 40-yard line. Number 29 with the interception, and Bonita's got to be furious on that one.
Yeah, that's really not something you want to see here. You're down multiple possessions. This is a chance to get some momentum back on your side and get this back into a closer game. You throw an interception, that's not what you want to see right here. Now Eastlake really has a chance to take this ball down, get in the end zone, and take away the momentum from Bonita.
Yeah, bad for, Bonita, but on the other side of the ball, Eastlake thrilled right now.
Eastlake is
That's
playing
what they
really
Yeah, they're loving this right now.
Eastlake is playing really well defensively.
Under center here, snap to number 36. Tries to find something onto the right side, and he's going to be stopped.
See, this Bonita defense looks a little different than they did in the first half.
Yeah, they
They're
did.
playing a lot more hungry. You're seeing multiple guys at the ball carrier each time. They're playing fast. This is something that they really need to do the rest of the game.
On the other hand, though, they seem to be a little exhausted from being out there too much.
Absolutely, yeah. The offense really isn't able to move the ball, and it's putting the defense, like you said, they're on the field a whole lot. You don't get much of a breather. You wear down. Attrition sets in football. It happens. When you put your defense on the field this much, that's a bad sign. You need to put together some drives, give them a break, allow them a chance to regroup so they can come out and get a stop.
It's going to be second down and 10. Ball on the 37-yard line. Quarterback under center here. 2 running back set on the back, and he hands it off to number 8, Law. Gains a few yards on the play. He's still short of the first down. But this has really got to help him out. Law has been having a great game today.
Absolutely. He's been the workhorse tonight, and he's been carrying them guys. He's putting the team on his back, like I said before. he's really giving them positive gains every time he touches the ball, and that's really all you can ask for.
It's going to be 3rd down and 3. Ball at the Bonita 31-yard line here with 7:30 left in the third quarter. Eastlake again still up 20-0, and they're just trying to see if they can captivate on this drive. Quarterback under center. Hands it off to number 36. And he's going to be, and he does get the first down. He was almost short, but he seemed to have gotten it. And that's going to move the chains for Eastlake.
Yeah, and that's a really nice run by 36. And what you saw, what most people may not recognize, he really allowed the blocker to set up his block. He stopped, he paused it, he didn't just hit the hole hard. He let his guy get to his assignment, kick out that defensive lineman, and allowed him to get the first down.
Quarterback under center again. Oh, we have a jump right there. It's going to be called a false start, 5 yards.
And that's actually the guy who he was waiting on, number 55.
You know, securing this win will be great for Eastlake because their next big competitor is OTI. So if they secure this, they go on to OTI. It's league for them, essentially.
Playing for the league, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's always the situation you want to be in.
Also, this is smart by Eastlake here. I just want to say they're taking time off the clock, too.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, this is a game you really don't need to put it in the air a whole lot because you're already so far ahead. But the main priority is for them, keep the clock moving, run the ball, keep them off the offense off the field, and then when they do get on the field, get them back off the field. And it's working for them so far.
Hands it off to La again. Gains a few yards on that one. It's going to be 2nd down and long. 6:25 left in the third quarter.
See, now, I want to give Bonita some credit here. They haven't had their type of luck tonight. They have had penalties, but they haven't stopped fighting. This defense is still fighting. They're playing hard.
No heads are down.
Absolutely. You see every head up. I don't see anybody moping on the sideline. Quarterbacks are still into it, warming up, trying to keep their heads in the game.
Looks to pass, looking to his left, and he finds something that's going to be incomplete as the quarterback goes down.
Good defense.
Little extracurricular activity after the sack, but
a little roughhousing after that by the defensive player.
That's just a defensive lineman being aggressive.
I mean, but sometimes if it's excessive, you get that call.
I mean, yeah,